For over 1,000 years, pilgrims have flocked to this ancient monument, described as one of 7 wonders. So why do they come here, and where am I? Find out in just a moment. Today's search is about achieving a lifelong dream for our buyer and her feline friend.
I can visualise the cat in there already.
Yes,
that's a good sign. Yeah.
Yeah. And with a top selection of properties, we might even have found a new home for her best friend too.
Quite charming. I could live here.
Oh,
Steady on, it's for me.
yeah, I might be selling it twice. Today we're in North Wales and I'm in the town of Holywell at St Winifred's Well. Now, St Winifred was the daughter of a Celtic noble who was beheaded in the 7th century by Prince Caradog after she refused his advances. The story goes that her severed head landed here, after which a powerful spring broke through the earth. What's more, legend has it that St Winifred was brought back to life by the power of prayer. Now, since that time, this well has been a place of pilgrimage, and every year visitors make the journey here to take the waters, which are believed to have healing qualities and are described as being one of the 7 wonders of Wales. The unofficial region of North Wales encompasses 6 counties, including Gwynedd, Conwy and Denbighshire. These counties are home to 3 designated areas of outstanding natural beauty, including the Clwyddian Range in the north and the Isle of Anglesey off the northwest coast. Much of Anglesey's 125-mile coastline is protected, making it the largest area of outstanding natural beauty in Wales. Snowdonia National Park, established in 1951, dominates the landscape, covering over 800 square miles. It has 9 mountain ranges, including the highest peak in Wales and England, Mount Snowdon. It's also a permanent home to a population of over 26,000 people. Rising in southern Snowdonia, the River Dee flows a distance of 70 miles, meandering through mountains and pasture land towards Chester. In places, the river forms both a natural and official border with England. The national park is also scattered with historic villages, such as Rowan, just a few miles from the north coast. The village is several times winner of the Tidiest Village Award and is known for its traditional whitewashed and slate Welsh cottages. So, with magnificent mountain scenery, dramatic coastlines and some of the best walking in the UK, North Wales makes a great countryside getaway. When it comes to the business of buying and selling homes in this beautiful region, the average price of a detached property across the 6 counties comes in at just over £180,000. Now that's a huge £116,000 below the national figure, making North Wales ideal for smaller budgets. However, the price can fluctuate from county to county. For example, Denbighshire offers the best value for money, but with the Snowdonia National Park at its heartland, it's Gwynedd that has the priciest homes. So what is it about North Wales that has captured the heart of today's buyer? Well, let's meet her and find out. 13 years ago, Paula relocated from Hertfordshire to Leeds for her job. She set up home on the outskirts of the city, where she met best friend Sheila.
We've been friends for about 13 years now, when I first moved into this estate and I lived in the house opposite Sheila.
Bearing in mind, I don't think we spoke, did we? I just...
Not at first, no.
We didn't.
I think I had a Christmas party the first year I moved in, and Sheila was there, larger than life, and I thought I could get on with that woman. Completely bonkers, but absolutely lovely and good at parties.
Well, I do try.
Paula's current home is a 3-bedroom detached house on a modern estate.
This property served its purpose really well, and being a modern property, it didn't need a lot of maintenance, but it isn't what I would have ideally chosen. It is quite densely populated around here. There's another new estate being built onto the estate that I live on, which is newer again, and There seems to be more and more people coming into the area all the time. So if anything, the traffic noise and the people noise will only get worse.
Having recently completed a physics degree, Paula is now semi-retired. So with her sights set on a quieter life for herself and her 17-year-old cat Purdy, she's decided to make a long-term dream of living in the Welsh countryside a reality.
North Wales is a beautiful part of the world and I just love it. I was born and grew up in Liverpool, so we used to go to Colwyn Bay for a week every year. And me and my sisters thought it was the best place ever and wanted to move there forever and pestered my mum and dad to get a house there, which of course they didn't. It's been a dream since then to go back to North Wales.
Paula currently volunteers once a week at a local donkey and horse sanctuary. So the idea of a rural countryside existence surrounded by farmland is just the ticket.
I've loved animals since I was little because we always had cats growing up. But really I'll talk to anything, any animal. So it's a potential to be surrounded by lots of animals and get involved in working with and caring for animals.
To get a second opinion on any potential properties, Paula's bringing Sheila along on the house hunt. With a passion for interior design, Sheila knows a thing or two about decor, but she's not as clued up when it comes to the search area.
Sheila's never been to Wales, so I'm going to have to show her on a map where North Wales is.
She will. She'll tell me. I think, I'll be honest with her, two heads are better than one. I'm sure between the two of us we'll come up with the right place.
I think we're both pretty straight.
Yeah.
We're both direct.
Yeah.
We don't hold grudges or get grumpy or anything.
Life's too short for that.
Yeah.
Paula would like to be within an hour's drive of her niece in Rhyl. She'd prefer a countryside to a coastal setting, but is otherwise happy to look anywhere. We're focusing our search in the counties of Gwynedd, Conwy and Denbighshire. I'm meeting up with the two friends ahead of the search to talk property particulars.
Well, welcome, ladies, to North Wales.
Thank you.
Now, Paula, you've moved around a little bit, haven't you? Originally from Liverpool.
Yes.
Lived in Yorkshire for how many years?
13 years now.
And you're the one making the move. Why do you want to move to North Wales?
I am. I've loved North Wales since I was a child, and as you say, growing up in Liverpool, North Wales is like the nearest nice place to go for a holiday, or it was when I was little. I still think it's the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Does it feel like home already?
It is, yes, it is feeling like home, yeah.
And the wonderful thing is you've brought your best friend Sheila with you.
Yep.
To help us with this house hunt. How well do you two know each other?
We know each other very well.
Yeah?
Very well.
And you're going to be the person that's
Yeah.
going to be head and heart, I'm presuming?
I am. I'm privileged, really, to be a part of it for her because it's so important for her.
Oh, how lovely. I'm feeling the pressure now. I'm feeling the pressure. So what type of property is it that you're looking for?
I love the traditional stone cottages with slate roofs. I love natural materials and lots of wood, so that's what I'd be hoping for.
How big is the property then? Tell me how many bedrooms, what it is you're looking for internally.
2 bedrooms would be absolutely fine, so there's one for me, one for a guest visiting. But then, yes, I would hope
Good.
so.
Well done, well done.
But I would need room for an office. So a little garden would be fine. I need some garden for the cat, but I don't really want the maintenance of a garden, so being on the edge of fields with the nice views would be the best of both, really.
Location?
Edge of a village would be lovely. Don't want to be too isolated, but so near enough to a village without being right in the centre of the noisy part.
So let's remind ourselves of how much you've got to spend here in North Wales.
£250,000.
Well, we do have some splendid properties to show you. That's all I'm going to say so far, because I think we should get started.
Definitely.
Come on, then.
For a maximum budget of £250,000, Paula's looking for a traditional character cottage with a spare room for guests as well as a dedicated office space. She'd like a kitchen with enough space to fit a table and needs a small garden for her pet cat. Last but not least, she wants somewhere in a quiet location, but near to or on the edge of a village. We've got 3 fabulous properties lined up for Paula and Sheila to view, all packed with character charm, but they'll only find out the price tag of each at the end of the tours. And for our final stop, we'll really be testing the water when we unveil our mystery house. We're beginning our search in the county of Gwynedd, heading for the hamlet of Seion. Just under 7 miles away, the village of Llanberis lies on the edge of Snowdonia and is a popular starting point for those exploring the national park. Amidst breathtaking mountain scenery, the village sits on the shores of the Llyn Padarn Lake. Its calm waters are ideal for water sports or for seeing the sights on a relaxing boat trip. Back up in Seion, the property we're seeing is in an elevated position surrounded by farmland.
Well, we're quite high up here, aren't we, ladies? And it's a bit blustery, but I brought you here to show you your very first property. What do you think?
Certainly ticking some of the boxes.
Yeah?
I've got my nice stone and my slate, yes. Looking good so far.
Sheila, what's going through your mind?
I think it's, looking at it, it's definitely got some of the original features that Paula wanted, like the stone.
Is it enticing you in?
Shall we have a look inside?
Oh, very diplomatic. OK, well, let's start the tour.
Built in the 1800s of local stone, this property is a typical Welsh farm cottage. On paper, it's exactly what Paula asked for, so it seems a good starting point for our search.
Can I say welcome to your cottage?
I like the initial feel very much. It's got the nice thick walls that give that cosy feel to it, I think.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it?
It
Especially if
is
you've
very
got-
much what I'm looking for, yeah.
Sheila, as a best friend, has it got a Paula feel to it?
Yeah, I could probably see her in this room
Yeah?
so far.
Good. Well, so far, so good. We're liking the sitting room. Let's see what you think of the kitchen.
Okay.
I think Paula appreciates the character of this place, but I'm not entirely sure whether I've got Sheila on board yet.
So back across, you've got that lovely porch as you come in. And then you have this kitchen.
It's great. It's twice the size of the one I've got at the moment, so
Is
I'm
it?
very impressed, yeah.
I don't think you're going to run out of wood somehow.
No.
Paula. I think we're going to be all right with the wood. If it's to your taste, you really wouldn't need to do anything in here, would you, girls?
No.
No, I think I like the way they've tried to mix the contemporary along with the country.
You like it?
Blends it, yeah, it blends in. Because sometimes when you try and mix the two, it doesn't work, but this works.
Well, the stylish kitchen has certainly got the seal of approval. Let's hope the bedrooms do too. Both doubles, they share the use of a beautiful bathroom, complete with a clawfoot bath.
So this is the first of 2 bedrooms. And I think it'd be fair to say with this room, it's sort of semi-open plan.
It certainly is. I like the room itself and I love the window seat and the features, but I would have to give some serious thought to it being straight off the stairs like that. And of course you'd be able to hear everything from the living room below.
Now, this could be the guest room then, and you could have the other bedroom.
Yes.
It is
yeah.
smaller, the other bedroom. I sort of earmarked that in my head as your second bedroom stroke office, because there are only 2 bedrooms in this cottage.
Right, OK. That would need serious consideration.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take you back outside because there is one more thing I'm going to mention to you. Let's see what you think.
Outside, the property is attached to a neighbour on the rear side and doesn't currently have a dedicated garden of its own. But it's surrounded by open fields and farmland and features the most wonderful views.
Although it doesn't have a garden, I wanted to explain the layout. Next door, you've got a courtyard here that is ready to be transformed, and you can see there's a barn. This is not part of your property, but I'm going to discuss this with
Right.
you
OK.
after we've done Guess the Price. How much do we think it's on the market for?
OK. I think I'd say £220,000.
OK. What do you think,
I'd
Sheila?
probably say £215,000.
The asking price for the cottage is £150,000.
Wow.
Really?
Wow. Right. So there's room for scope.
There
definitely.
is. And I wanted to mention the barn next door with this courtyard because we've spoken to the owners. They would look at an offer in the region of £30,000 to £35,000.
So still leaves plenty of money in the
Does.
pot.
Absolutely.
Very good news.
It could make a magnificent office.
Yes.
You could push through from the kitchen. You've got a wonderful garden here, and still, even with that work, way under your budget.
Way under. Yeah. Fabulous news.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm excited now.
Puts
yeah.
a different slant now on this beautiful cottage, doesn't it?
It looks even better now.
Yeah. Fancy going and have a second look?
Why not?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For a staggering £100,000 under budget, this charming stone farm cottage has an abundance of character, with the 2 bedrooms Paula asked for and a roomy eat-in kitchen. Although there's no private garden at the moment, it's surrounded by open fields. And with the option to purchase the neighbouring barn and courtyard, Paula could create the separate office she wants.
The open-plan bedroom did put me off at first because that would have been the master bedroom. But then, thinking about it, it could be used as a guest room, and in that case it wouldn't be such an issue that it comes straight off the living room.
The price was amazing. I was not expecting that at all, so it was quite a shock. So she can do the improvements that she may need to do.
I think in light of the new information about being able to buy the barn as well, it's definitely a contender now.
All right, always good to have another look on your own, isn't it?
Definitely, really is.
Especially at that price.
Yeah.
We've shocked you. Let's see how we get on with our next property.
Definitely, can't wait.
Located in stunning Welsh countryside right on the Shropshire border is the magnificent 15th century Brin Kennel Hall, which has been given a Grade 2 star listing, an accolade only awarded to around 5.5% of listed properties. The 1,700-acre estate has been the ancestral home of the Trevor family since the 10th century. The house we see today was constructed between 1612 and 1627 by Sir Edward Trevor. 14 generations later, Ian Hill Trevor resides in the property with his wife and dogs and is responsible for maintaining the estate after taking over the reins from his father nearly 20 years ago. With Paula's love of local architecture and Sheila's interest in interior design, we sent them to have a look around.
Hi, I'm Ian.
Hi Ian, nice to meet you. My name's Paula and this is Sheila.
All right, thank you.
Was this house always a family home?
So yes, the family have always lived here since Sir Edward built it in 1612. His son, Sir John Trevor, inherited from him, and he is Speaker of the House of Commons. Other notable family members who've lived here are the Duke of Wellington's mother, who is Anne Trevor.
And how has the house changed over the years?
The house has changed substantially. The original house is Jacobean, the E-shape constructed by Sir Edward Trevor, which you see, and then the 2 wings were added between 1790 and 1820 by Charlotte Dungannon. She responded to the Gothic period at the time, and she rendered it. And then in the late 50s, the render was taken off the house and reverted back to its brick facade that you've got today. So it's had a lot of alterations over that time, and they continue on in the restoration and conservation of the house.
Ian's ancestor, Charlotte Viscountess Dungannon, shared his passion for this wonderful property. The daughter of the first Baron of Southampton, she married into the family before enlarging and extensively remodelling the Jacobean house, adding 2 new wings to include a drawing room, dining room, and enclosing the courtyard to create what is now the Great Hall.
So in the original house designed by Sir Edward Trevor, this was an open courtyard. And then in the 1790s, 1820s, Charlotte redesigned the house and put the staircase in. And so she redesigned this to make it the principal family house. And a lot of what's here today is really her work, and that's one of the peak points of interest in the family history.
Yeah, you can see the different style here between that part of
The
the
old,
house and this part.
the Jacobean and then the Georgian period, yes. And actually we've got Charlotte's book here, which has got a lot of her architectural drawings in it.
An amateur architect, Charlotte drew up a number of plans and sketches for the house herself, which she kept in a book. They offer a fascinating insight into the ideas that led to the final designs of the house.
You can see here where you can see the original Jacobean side of the house, and then she's trying to draw and design extensions to the house, and she's playing with different design details. So these were conservatories with different stone arches and different designs for window heads, square window heads and then arch window heads. And that's very much the design that we ended up with. And from here, you can see she starts to redesign the internals of the house. She then starts to play with details of the columns and the staircase, which is what we've ended up with today. And then in the final detail, she was not only interested in the construction of the house, but she's also drawing furniture to put in the house. And here we have an early design of a jardiniere for holding plants. Something very similar was actually built there with a very similar pattern on it, and we assume that it was taken from these drawings.
Did she have a professional working with her?
Whether she was drawing those herself and then sending them off to a more professional architect to put them into scale and something for builders to work off. Details are sketchy, but that's what we assume happened.
Repairing and restoring this fabulous property is a long-term challenge for Ian. As well as conserving his family home, his aim, like his ancestors before him, is to ensure the estate remains an integral part of the local landscape and its heritage.
Thank you very much for showing us around. It's been absolutely fascinating.
Well, I hope you have a successful search, and I look forward to hearing where you end up.
Great. Thanks very much.
Heading back to the search, the pressure's on for me to find Paula her own piece of history where she can set up home here in North Wales. For our next property, we're heading east across the county of Conwy and into Denbighshire to the rural village of Henlan. The ancient parish just 2 miles from Denby is known for its unusual church. Its tower is separated from the main building, a design which is thought to have been an attempt to increase the area in which the church bells could be heard. The narrow streets here are bordered with limestone properties, with a 13th century thatched pub believed to be one of the oldest in Wales. Cradled in a valley, the village also enjoys superb views of the foothills below.
Well, ladies, you're probably wondering why I brought you here. Not only is this an amazing vista, but if you look up next to the church, that is our next house.
That looks amazing.
Yeah?
Beautiful.
And then, of course, right in front of us, we have some horses, because this is equestrian country, isn't it? I wonder whether these beautiful animals are going to be your neighbours when we look at the next house.
Sorry. That'd be fantastic.
A short stroll back to the village, our property is right next door to the church.
It's beautiful. Really lovely. Yeah.
Looks lovely.
Gorgeous views all around. It's absolutely perfect.
Good, good. And Sheila, is the house going to be perfect?
I'm hoping so. Shall we have a look inside?
Let's, come on.
Despite being over 200 years old, this property has been sympathetically extended and restored. Now a well-presented modern home, it still retains many character features. Through the entrance hall, there are 2 equal-sized rooms either side of a central staircase. To the right, one reception has a small dining table, and to the other side, we find the main living room.
What do we think?
Stunning. Lost for words.
Oh, really?
Gorgeous. Yeah, really beautiful. I love it. I like the way they've done it. The decor is absolutely spot on, the way it is. The beams look really in keeping and natural.
Quite charming. I could live here.
Oh,
Steady on, it's for me.
yeah, I might be selling it twice. Well, let's see if this good news continues.
The kitchen at the back of the property is again a great-sized room, which is a pleasant surprise for a property of this age.
I just wasn't expecting so much space in an old cottage like this. So it's like, it just keeps on giving. It's getting bigger and bigger, like a TARDIS.
I think the contemporary looks good. It's good. That really works.
Yeah. This house isn't listed, but you will notice there's a very attractive stone wall next door to us. That is listed because it's part of the church.
Okay.
Not that you'd want to get rid of it because it's beautiful.
No.
Well, the good news is I've still got more to show you.
Heading upstairs, any one of the 3 large double bedrooms could be used as the master.
Now, I am hoping that upstairs is as well received as downstairs. Tell me what you see.
Again, it's still got the wow factor. It's beautiful. It's so big. Again, I think I'd have to buy more furniture if I were buying this house. And beautifully done. I could just move in as it is.
I think it's a bit of a winner, don't you, Sheila?
I do. Does it have an ensuite?
This doesn't. But what I can tempt you with is 3 bedrooms and a family bathroom.
Right, okay.
Fab. There's also a conservatory, which I'm going to walk you through, which I think is going to be quite tempting. And then, of course, we're going to go outside and talk about the price.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The conservatory on the back of the house is west-facing, as is the small landscape garden, enjoying the sun for most of the day. There's also a lovely private seating area.
Now, Paula, one of your requirements was a small, but I'm going to add, perfectly formed garden. Have we achieved it with this one?
10 out of 10.
Yeah?
Meets all my needs, for sure. I love it.
2 things I really want to point out, which I love. The fact that you've got your own piggery. that has been converted into a little shed. The other one I want to point out is the building attached to the wall. Any idea what that might be?
Church?
It's the privy.
Yeah, the privy.
It's the privy. Luckily, you've got a beautiful bathroom inside, but that would have been the outside toilet. Now, I've done all the talking, as ever. You tell me what you think of this property.
Before I came here today, I wouldn't have dared to believe I could have a property like this, and I would have thought it was way out of my budget, so I'm going to guess at £250,000, my absolute maximum.
The top of your budget, right. I like the way you went straight into the money without me even asking. That's even better. That's a good sign.
£242,000.
In actual fact, the asking price is offers over £240,000.
That's brilliant, that.
That is wonderful news.
How close are we with this property?
I can visualise the cat in there already.
Yes. That's got
That's
to
a
be
good sign, yeah.
Yeah? So I think this is a good opportunity for you to go and have another look around. I think I might be finding a lovely spot to catch a few more rays of sunshine. What do you reckon?
Great stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
all
blame
right.
you. We're going to go.
I'll see you out here.
See you
Thanks.
later.
Under budget, this wonderful stone cottage offers Paula all the period character she was after, with the advantage of a modern and spacious interior. She'd have an extra bedroom for her office, room for a table in her kitchen, and a beautiful low-maintenance garden. It's also in a quiet village location.
So this is the smallest of the bedrooms, but it's still pretty big.
I like the space.
Yeah.
I like the space of this room as a spare one, and the high ceilings with the beams.
This house is fantastic. It's got all the benefits of a Welsh cottage, but none of the downside of them being small. I didn't expect 2 enormous downstairs rooms, as well as 3 large bedrooms.
I think this house is absolutely perfect, both internally and externally. I think it's beautiful.
I'm struggling to think of any downside to it, really, and I'm quite shocked that I've found such a lovely house.
Well, what a beautiful end to our day.
Definitely.
If ever you're looking around a house, that's how you want it to go. Come on, ladies.
We're halfway through our North Wales journey with semi-retired Paula from Leeds, who's supported on her property hunt by best friend and neighbour Sheila. Paula's hoping her budget of £250,000 will buy her the traditional cottage of her dreams. Still to come, our mystery house delivers in spades when it comes to character features.
I did ask for slate, didn't I? It certainly delivers on the slate front, yes.
And it's all aboard as I've got a return ticket to the 19th century.
I believe this is where all the magic happens.
This is indeed where all the magic happens.
Since coming to this region as a child on holiday, Paula has harboured a desire to move to North Wales. And yesterday, she came one big step closer. Although our first property gave her and friend Sheila the rural life and country view she craves, it was our second home that really captured her head and her heart. However, I wonder if today's mystery house might whet her appetite. Let's see how we get on. Right, well, here we go, girls.
Yep.
Ready for the next instalment?
Yep,
Yeah.
all excited, yep.
What face am I going to get if you don't like the look of it? Let's practice the face. OK, that's the face I've got to look out for. Sheila, what's the face I'm going to get if you don't like it?
You'll know.
Oh, no, yeah. I think I will with you, won't I? I think I am going to know. Well, hopefully, I'm going to get surprised faces with our mystery house, because it is a little bit of a surprise, I'm not going to lie, but it's worth it.
Our mystery house takes us back to the county of Gwynedd and into the centre of Snowdonia's National Park, to the hamlet of Rhydysan. Just 3 miles away, the historic slate quarrying town of Blaenau Festiniog has long been known as the town that roofed the world, but is fast gaining a reputation for its outdoor pursuits. There are plenty of cafes and shops for visitors and locals, and it's also home to the famous Festiniog Railway, the world's oldest narrow-gauge railway, originally built to transport slate nearly 200 years ago. passengers can enjoy the 13.5-mile journey exploring the coastline, woodland and mountains from the comfort of a beautiful old restored steam train. Away from the whistles of the locomotives, our mystery house is back in the peaceful hamlet of Ridisson.
So, ladies, time for our final property, which of course is...
The mystery house.
Mystery house time. And here she is, right in front of us.
I did ask for slate, didn't I? And it certainly delivers on the slate front, yes.
It does. Just take a look at Sheila's face. Come on, Sheila. Tell me what's going through that mind of yours.
I'm curious to see inside.
Oh, you're so polite, aren't you? The reason we picked this property for you, it is a terrace, but it has the most unique views that, well, you're not really going to get from any other property.
OK.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yep, I'm keeping an open mind.
OK, let's start the tour.
Lovely.
They might not think this property has the wow factor from the outside, but I'm not writing it off just yet. Originally a watermill, it became a woolen mill in the 1800s and later a tannery. It was converted into a home in the late 19th century and is currently used as a holiday let.
So as we step through the door, ladies, tell me what you see.
First thing that catches your eye is, as you say, the view. You can see straight through to the other side, which is tempting me to go and have a look further. It is clean and tidy, bit of a blank canvas that I could put my stamp on.
It's very spacious.
Yeah. It's ready. I know you both love your sort of interior design. It's ready for that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
You spotted a little bit of a view through there, shall we?
Yes, please.
At the back of the house is an attractive modern kitchen area opening onto a conservatory with a rather special feature.
Now, when there's mystery houses, they very rarely come with a view like this.
It's got its own little waterfall.
Yeah?
It's, yeah.
Go on, tell me, Sheila. Come on, be honest.
I think you could sit here and just watch the world go by, couldn't you?
You could. Just zone out.
Yeah.
And the kitchen, girls? What do we think?
The kitchen is nice too. Very clean, very smart.
Yeah.
Perfect for my needs.
Wonderful. Right, well, I'm going to take us away from the babbling brook and head upstairs. Sheila, you go on first. Thank you.
Also on the ground floor is a large bedroom that would make an ideal office space. Heading upstairs, there's a single bedroom, a modern bathroom, and a very large double bedroom.
This is the master. You tell me, do you think this is larger than you thought it was going to be, or was it about right?
It's huge. I would never have dreamt it would be this big inside. It
Glad
is
you said
massive,
that.
yeah.
And they're quite high ceilings as well, aren't they? Which is
Absolutely,
really good.
Yeah. This is a blank canvas. I'm not going to lie. It definitely needs some TLC. It needs someone to come in with a little bit of creative flair. Just
Superficial, really, aren't they?
That's it.
Superficial TLC.
And we know she's only 2 hours down the road with your creative eye.
Yeah.
Bit of fishing afterwards out by the brook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The barbecue.
Yeah, oh, see, sorted.
Put the fish back.
We know where we're going on holiday.
Yeah.
You've just got to buy it. Talking of buying it, shall we nip outside? And then for the last time, we're going to talk money.
OK.
Thank you.
Let's go.
This property, being the mystery house, is something Paula might not have considered by herself and is completely different to the stone cottage she loved yesterday. But it does have its own merits, one being the views and another being this amazing woodland garden in an idyllic riverside setting.
This is really getting back to nature, isn't it?
Definitely.
Oh, it's made everything more complicated now.
Has
because
it?
That brook is so beautiful. And again, I wouldn't have considered a house actually in Snowdonia National Park. So that's going to make guessing the price quite complicated for me.
Well, let's see how we get on with trying to put a price on this unique mystery house.
£247,000.
Right, that's very definite, wasn't it? 247, OK.
I'll say £210,000.
Interesting. You're the closest, but you're still over. The asking price is £195,000.
Gosh. Right.
I think it's a good opportunity for you two to have a browse on your own now, especially as you know the price. And come and find me when you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful house, idyllic setting. What is there not to like?
well under budget, this charming cottage may need a bit of TLC to turn it into Paula's dream home, but it definitely has potential. There are 3 bedrooms, providing Paula with a guest room as well as a dedicated office, a great open-plan kitchen with conservatory for dining, and a good-sized garden in a sensational woodland and waterside setting right in the middle of the Snowdonia National Park.
I think the mystery house is OK, but the main thing for me is the spectacular views that it has. It's absolutely amazing.
When you first look at the house from the outside, you don't appreciate how close it is to the water. And then there's this wow factor when you actually step to the back of the house and see how beautiful it actually is out here.
All 3 houses are done. I think you two should have a chat, and I'm going to catch up with you and find out, Paula, well, what your next step is going to be.
Brilliant, thank you.
North Wales is home to the Clwydian Range and the beautiful Dee Valley. Nestled in this valley is the town of Llangollen, known for its historical feats of engineering. The Pont Cysilti aqueduct stands at an impressive 126 feet. An icon of the Industrial Revolution, there are 11 miles of canal that carry 1.5 million litres of water through the Vale of Llangollen. The famous Llangollen Railway is the only standard gauge heritage railway in North Wales. Dating back to the mid-19th century, the line had closed down in the 1960s, before it was rescued by local enthusiasts. I'm meeting volunteer station master Dave Shilliam to find out more.
Well, Dave, good to meet you. This is a magnificent station. When was it built?
It was built in the latter half of the 19th century. Its main usage originally was for freight because of all the local industry.
And then when were passengers introduced to the station?
Passengers came when it was discovered that we could extend the line to the West Wales coast, and they came from round about the turn of the century.
And suddenly tourism exploded, didn't it?
Yes.
We have a wonderful locomotive behind us. What is she?
This loco is an 060 pannier tank Great Western locomotive built in the 1930s.
I can see the steam. I'm presuming it's going to be leaving any minute now.
Yes, we're ready for departure, so shall we get on board?
I'd love to. Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to this.
The once thriving line officially closed to passengers in 1965, following British Rail chairman Dr. Beeching's Railway Systems report that revealed a decline in use. The line then closed to goods 3 years later, and much of its infrastructure was removed or demolished. But the community revolted. A group of volunteers got together, and in 1975, work started to repair the railway, bringing the heritage line back to life for visitors like me to enjoy today.
Now, Dave, when you said I could kindly join you on the train, the last thing I expected was a cream tea.
Very nice.
So tell me a little bit more about the volunteering. How did you get involved?
Well, like a lot of other volunteers, when I retired 9 years ago, I'd always been keen on railways, so I visited my local heritage railway and asked if I could volunteer.
So without the volunteers, there'd be no locomotive, there'd be no station, there'd be no railway line.
Correct.
Now, I know you're the boss, being the station master, but are you allowed to partake?
Because I'm the boss, yes.
What are you going to go for first? I'll do the teas and the coffees.
I think I'll go for a strawberry.
Go on then. Start gently, as they say.
The original railway line ran across North Wales from Ruabon to the coastal town of Barmouth. The 10-mile stretch running today transports passengers from Llangollen through the valley alongside the River Dee to the town of Corwen, taking a leisurely 1 hour and 40 minutes.
So, Dave, why have we stopped by this river?
This is the end of the line, Nikki. It's Corwen Station. It's a temporary station. We're building the permanent station at the moment.
Are
further
you?
into the town, yeah.
It's continuous, isn't it?
It is.
Have you got some work for me to do?
How are we shoveling coal?
I think I could do that. I might need to borrow some gear, though.
Yes, we've got just the thing.
Dave is one of around 260 volunteers responsible for running the 4 locomotives currently in service. I'm helping driver Graham Hoyland on the footplate for the return journey.
Hello, Graham.
Hi.
I believe this is where all the magic happens.
This is indeed where all the magic happens.
So apparently I'm going to get hot and dirty. Is that right?
That is correct.
coal does this loco take?
Today we use about a ton and a half.
Do we need a bit of brawn, a bit of woman power here?
Bit of woman power.
Okay. See some workers there.
What a great privilege it is to be able to witness this classic piece of engineering in action. Although I must say it's pretty hard graft, so I think in future I'll stick to being the passenger.
Well, North Wales has certainly delivered this week. And I think both Paula and Sheila saw one house that, well, it really did shine for them. Let's see if I'm right. It's been a great few days, ladies, hasn't it? So, Paula, I wonder if we've got close to making your dream a reality.
It's suddenly starting to feel scarily real that this is actually going to happen, yes.
Got quite a good indication which was the favourite house, but I want to hear it from you. Which one?
House number 2 left me gobsmacked. It was so beyond what I'd even hoped for. To get that within my budget, which I thought could have been a problem, was thrilling. I'm definitely going to be going and having another look at house number 2.
And what is it about that property that really worked for you?
It had everything I asked for. It had the stunning views out onto the farms and the fields. And in addition to being a pretty Welsh cottage, it also had spacious rooms.
Yeah.
So I can't think of very much wrong with this at all.
Now, your house is currently on the market in Leeds, so what happens next with this move?
I want to get back here as soon as possible and have another look round that house. I'm pretty confident that the house is what I want, but what I didn't see much of was the area. I need to go back and have a look at Denbigh, which is the nearest big town.
Sheila, overall, what's your thoughts on the last few days?
Very exciting. Very pleased Paula's found a home that she could call a home and feel comfortable with. Bit disappointed because I won't be seeing her.
Oh.
But on the other side, I'm really pleased for her. She deserves it.
You're a true friend, aren't you? You're going to be the first guest. No doubt. And you love the house as well.
I love it.
Well, what a successful week. I think we now should celebrate a little piece of cake, don't you? Bit of Barrabrith. Help yourselves, girls. I must admit, I get a real buzz when you can show someone their perfect home in the most idyllic of settings, all for under their budget of £250,000. And that's exactly what we achieved for Paula here in North Wales. The fact that she's going for that all-important second viewing is music to my ears, and I'm hoping that she'll be living with a view just like this one very soon. I'm keeping everything crossed, and I'll see you again soon on Escape to the Country.
Opened in 1862, this beautiful structure behind me was the 13th pier to be built in England. For those with a superstitious disposition, 13 is, of course, an unlucky number. So find out where I am and whether this pier has indeed been lucky or unlucky in its 154-year history. Today's house hunters are leaving the congested streets of a London suburb in search of wide open spaces.
Oh my word!
I certainly didn't expect this from the outside.
It's stunning.
And they get more than they could have ever imagined. Grounds, not gardens. 19 acres.
Yeah, that's impressive. Plenty of places to play hide and seek.
Yeah, gosh, you'd be looking for Amelia for weeks in here. Today I'm in West Sussex, in the town of Worthing, and this is the Grade 1 listed Worthing Pier, which is an impressive 960 feet long. But in its history has been remarkably unlucky, suffering 3 major catastrophes. On Easter Monday 1913, a terrific storm tore off all the decking, and then 20 years later a fire burnt down the pavilion, and then in 1940, to prevent it being used as an enemy landing stage, we blew it up. But despite all these disasters, Worthing Pier has survived. So 13, unlucky for some, but not, apparently, if you're a peer.
West Sussex lies at the heart of the southeast, flanked by Hampshire, Surrey and East Sussex. The county is officially the sunniest place in the UK, the local population basking in nearly 2,000 hours of sunlight every year. Most of the rays are concentrated here at Bognor Regis. This popular seaside town was the first to be developed for bathing, and in its 19th century heyday it was a favourite with Queen Victoria, who fondly referred to it as Dear Little Bognor. Further inland, the rolling countryside gives way to the South Downs National Park, featuring 600 square miles of undulating chalk hills speckled with idyllic English villages. The buildings reflect West Sussex's geology. Near the South Downs, many of the houses are built using the abundance of available flint. Move closer to the Weald, and it's sandstone that is the construction material of choice. With its easy access to both the coast and the capital, West Sussex is a much sought-after location for those after a not too remote slice of rural England.
I'm going to come straight out with it and say that West Sussex is a very expensive county to go property shopping in. The average price for a detached house here is £454,000. That's an astonishing £155,000 above the national figure. Now, the reasons for that are pretty evident. A, it's very commutable up to London, and B, great swathes of the county are inside the South Downs National Park. And if you've watched this show, you'll know that national parks push up the price. In fact, there's a 21% premium on properties here in the South Downs. So who has decided to choose this beautiful but very expensive county as their new home? Let's meet them.
Newlyweds Chris and Ruth, along with their 3-year-old daughter Amelia, live in Surbiton, near the capital.
Surbiton actually has a nickname called Suburbiton because it is the suburbs of London. We find that at weekends or after school, clubs are very busy to get to because there are lots of other families around here, and we're just competing with other cars on the road and
having to plan weeks in advance whenever we want to go out.
A big part of Chris and Ruth's decision to move is centred on their young daughter Amelia. They currently have an end-of-terrace Victorian house, but with plans for more children, our couple feel they need more space and also want to be closer to family.
We've chosen West Sussex because I've got sisters down there. We really get on well. It'd be nice for Amelia to play with her cousins. And I just think it's got some lovely things to offer. Lovely countryside, you've got the South Downs, you've got the coast within easy reach. And I think it'd be really fun.
Chris will be keeping his job in London to fund the move, but despite his longer journey to work, both hope relocating will give the whole family more time together.
This move is going to be a big change for the way that we live. I commute almost daily at the moment. I know that's going to change. Perhaps I'll work from home a bit more.
I think we'll have a lot more freedom down there in Sussex. There'll be the opportunity to just get up and do stuff without having to plan it. It'd be really nice to just wake up, see the sun shining and perhaps call one of my sisters saying, do you fancy meeting up at the beach today? Or meeting up at the park. I'm hoping it will give us some quality family time as well.
The couple are keen on water sports, particularly kayaking. They're hoping this move to the country will offer their daughter the chance to try lots of different activities.
You know, as Amelia grows over the next couple of years, I'd love to start introducing her into that sport. Down in Sussex, they've got loads of small rivers which you can go to. You can have a picnic on the side of the riverbank, things like that. I think they're definitely the things we're trying to look to do.
For the whole family, there's a lot riding on this relocation to the country.
This move is quite a big decision for us. We'd like it to be the house that we live in for the next 10, 20 years. It's going to be our real family home, and we want to get it right.
We're targeting our search close to the town of Horsham, where Chris and Ruth have family and friends. I'm catching up with our 2 buyers who've got some exciting news that could change the type of property they're looking for.
Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
What a great morning here in West Sussex. Thanks for bringing us here. Nice part of the world. So I can totally understand why you want to move here. Now, tell me about the spec of the house that you want us to find you.
Well, we want feet.
Rooms.
Yeah. We love the fireplaces.
Yeah,
Open
nice
open
open
fireplace.
fireplace.
And in terms of rooms for little Amelia, what is she looking for?
Ideally, a playroom. There's somewhere for her toys at the moment. They're everywhere.
We take over the house, a space for her, and also a child-friendly garden, just open grass space for her to maybe have a trampoline or some swings or a climbing frame, something that we don't have currently. So
Good. So it's Amelia. Any plans for another addition?
yes, we've actually already got one in the making.
Oh, you're pregnant?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And what about the location in the county? Are you fussed about where you are, north or south?
I work in central London, so it is important that there is a good commute.
And remind me again of your budget?
Our budget is going to be £950,000.
Well, that's a lovely, healthy budget, even this close to London. And we've got 3 beautiful houses. I'm very excited to show them to you. It's a gorgeous day. The gods are smiling on us, so
Yeah.
let's get in the car and go and see them.
Yeah,
Great,
excellent,
can't
thank
wait.
you.
With a budget of £950,000, Ruth and Chris are looking to escape the increasingly congested streets of Surbiton to create a country home for a growing family. And they have some important needs. They want a character property, a good-sized kitchen diner, 4 to 5 bedrooms, a large child-friendly garden, and ideally they need to be located close to a mainline station for Chris's commute to London. We've found some fantastic properties to tempt them with, and at each one I'll be asking them to guess the price before I reveal it. One of which will be our mystery house, where we're all guaranteed to be having a ball. Our first property is located in the village of Slinfold. A railway station with fast links to London is just 4 miles away in the town of Horsham. Slinfold lies on the route of a former Roman road linking London and Chichester, and this idyllic village could offer everything our couple needs. At its heart is the 19th century Gothic Revival church built in 1861. There's a real sense of an active community, courtesy of its well-established village hall. Close by there's a post office and a general store, as well as a primary school. Our first property is just a mile from the village centre. The front door to the house is accessed via a shared driveway, which also doubles up for parking. The current owners tend to use the garden entrance to the property, which is where we're starting our tour.
Here we are. This is our first offering, house number 1.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It looks sort of ground floor type house.
Yep. There is an upstairs, but it's interesting. It's built in 1905. It was actually the gardener's cottage for this estate,
Oh, okay.
so for the big houses around.
Beautiful gardens.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely walled gardens.
Yeah.
Beautiful apple orchard.
Yeah.
What do you think about the actual style?
Yeah, it's lovely. I can see full-length windows, doors that look out into the garden. It's great. Yeah, can't wait to have a look inside.
Yeah. You too?
Definitely, yes.
Positive vibes?
Definitely, very much so.
Let's go.
Thank you.
We're entering through the back door and into a small hallway with direct access to the kitchen diner.
Come in. Round the step.
Thank you.
Straight into this lovely kitchen diner.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Is this what you were looking for?
Yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely beams.
This is charming, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
So the current owners don't live here, so it's slightly stripped down, but that's good because you get to see the bones of the house much more clearly.
I really like it. I mean, it's different to our current layout, so I'm just trying to think of how we'd have it. It looks like a really good entertaining space as well.
I can see us spending lots of time in here.
The ground floor also includes a second reception room that would make a great playroom for Amelia. There's also a small cloakroom nearby. But next for us is the main drawing room.
Down these steps into, I guess this would be the grown-up room.
Very pretty.
Fireplace again. We really like our fireplace in the evening. Wow, and I like the triple aspect as well,
Yeah.
the view all the way around the garden.
Yeah, it's a very warm, cosy room.
In terms of the proportions of the room, is this sort of what you were thinking of?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is much bigger than our current lounge, definitely.
It is bigger. I'm not sure about the layout, whether the kitchen and the playroom would work. I quite like seeing Amelia play when I'm cooking, but whether that's going to be possible, I don't know.
So what would you ideally like?
I think quite a big open plan space, maybe.
Yeah, I think you'd like her to be able to play and do some drawing on the table. I think the room's big enough for
We could make
that,
it work.
but
We could definitely make it. Yes, it's not. It wouldn't be a deal breaker. Let's put it that way.
This light and pretty drawing room, along with the kitchen diner and second reception, completes the trio of rooms that run along this part of the house. This floor also includes a small double bedroom, plus a good-sized family bathroom with separate shower cubicle. Stairs lead up to a bright landing with doors to 2 ample double bedrooms, both nestling under the slope of the roof. There's also a very neat separate cloakroom. Back down on the ground floor, we're heading through a small inner hallway and into the main bedroom.
So this is the one that they used as a master, which has an ensuite. What are your thoughts about it?
it's a very different layout to what we've been used to.
Yeah.
It's a very ground floor place at the moment, which is different, and it's just trying to adjust to that kind of layout.
The downstairs is obviously a lot bigger than the upstairs, but the character and the style of the home is gorgeous.
I'm getting the feeling that the historic and unconventional arrangement of this house may not be to Chris and Ruth's taste. Perhaps the private garden will be more to their liking. A large lawn covers the third of an acre garden, which is bordered by a charming Victorian wall. Double French doors lead onto a patio area, and there's a good selection of fruit trees and well-established shrubs. They did say they wanted a large child-friendly space, so I'm hoping the outside might just trigger a change of heart.
I do love the way the garden wraps around the house. That's quite nice. It's very different to what we've got today.
It is a beautiful garden, perfect size for us actually.
What do you think this one's on the market for?
I think I'm going to say about £850,000.
Okay, that's good because I was going to say 895.
Well, actually, you're both a bit pessimistic because actually this is on the market for £825,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's quite well down in your budget.
Yeah.
It's quite encouraging actually because if we were to go up to the sort of top end of our budget, it'd be interesting to see what more we could gain.
It's actually finding things around your budget is quite hard.
Yeah.
Because obviously most properties are either over £1 million or well under to avoid the tax.
Sure, you've just got a challenge on your hands.
We've got a challenge. We love a challenge. So it's it's an interesting market that you've picked.
Okay.
Well, have a nice leisurely look around the house, sort of see whether anything is growing on you or bear things in mind for the next property.
Yes.
And I'll see you at the front and then we continue on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Go.
Coming in at £125,000 under budget, this character home with a large kitchen diner, 4 double bedrooms, a big walled garden, and a relatively easy 1-hour commute to London for Chris goes a long way to offering the country lifestyle our couple are looking for.
The one thing that strikes me about this house is that it's all on one level. That's not necessarily a problem for us, but it's just something we'd have to adjust to.
I think size-wise, as a family, I don't think it is that small. I think Ruth's got some concerns that I need to understand, but I think we could definitely grow into it. I think it's just Ruth had her mind set on a slightly bigger property.
I love the character and the charm about this property, but I'm not quite sure the space would work for us.
Hey guys, are you all done?
Hi, yes.
Yes, we've had a good look round.
Seen enough?
Yes, I think so.
This is a very beautiful orchard, by the way.
It is gorgeous.
One of the trees has a little hole with a blue tit nested inside.
Lots of wildlife for Amelia to explore.
Exactly. But we're gonna shut the doors on this one and move on to the next house, if that's okay.
Great.
Thank you.
West Sussex has more than its fair share of waterways crisscrossing the county, and one of the most beautiful is the stretch of canal that links the rivers Wey and Arun. Constructed in the early 19th century, this 23-mile waterway allowed direct passage from the Thames in London to the English Channel on the West Sussex coast. But by 1871, this revolutionary canal had fallen into disrepair. Today, though, a dedicated team of restorers are bringing this Georgian marvel back to life. Chris and Ruth are keen to explore what the county's waterways have to offer when they move, so they're meeting Graham Lewington from the Wey and Arun Canal Trust.
Can you tell us a bit about the trust?
Well, the Wey and Arun Canal Trust was first formed in 1970 as the Wey and Arun Canal Society. And 3 years later it became the Trust and a registered charity. And the object of the Trust is to restore London's lost route to the sea.
So who are the members of the Trust?
The members of the Trust are made up of all volunteers. We've got 3,000 members, but of which about 250 are real active members doing roles and actual work on the canal.
So what do you see as the benefits of having the canal open?
Well, we're not only restoring the waterway for canal boats, but also canoeing. But in that process, the Green Corridor provides for nature with the birds, flowers and fauna that come back when you start recovering from the years of neglect.
Clearing the canal was a monumental task. Much of the waterway had been reclaimed and filled in by local landowners. To get an idea of the Trust's plans for the future, Chris and Ruth are meeting volunteer Martin Smithers.
The section we're on now was completed quite a few years ago. Everything that you see is being recreated by the Trust. All the bridges, all the locks, and the canal bed itself.
So what's the plan of the Trust going forward now?
Well, the plan is to reopen the whole 23 miles of the canal.
Wow.
That's a big, big project.
Yeah.
But the Trust, as soon as it gets any money in, will increase the facilities that are available to people to use on the canal.
Next stop is Brewhurst Lock. Restored to its former glory in 2006, it allows the Trust's vessels to manage the change in water levels as they navigate the canal. While Chris and Martin set off to operate the lock, Ruth gets a crash course in navigation.
OK, Ruth, we're just coming out to the lock here. The gates are open, and all we've got to do is just try and slowly go in and avoid hitting anything. Just push it away from you a little bit. That's it, and bring it back into the middle. There we go.
The locks were originally built to accommodate large trading barges, but today the only cargo to navigate through the large swing gates are tourists.
This is the winding gear for opening the paddles to allow the water into the lock.
OK.
Using the windlass.
Yep.
Put it on, turn it round, and it opens up the gates.
OK.
You want to take over?
Yeah, thank you.
Measuring 12 feet wide and 70 feet long, draining and filling the lock gives a 6-foot rise and fall in water, which takes 15 minutes.
OK, Chris, I think we're level now. We can open the gates.
OK, brilliant.
To date, the Wey and Arun Canal Trust have restored and rebuilt 21 bridges, nearly half of the locks, and 2 aqueducts. Our buyers sail off into the sunset and head in the direction of the south coast, which is also the location of our next property. Our destination is the seaside village of Fering, about a 30-minute drive from Horsham. With its Saxon roots, there's been a settlement on this spot for over 1,500 years, and today the village has a thriving community. The busy high street features a good range of shops, a village hall and a children's playground, making this region of West Sussex a popular place for buyers. Our second property is just a 5-minute walk from the village centre. But this detached house is not all that it seems.
I wanted to show you the back, because the back of the house is mind-bogglingly bigger than the front.
Yes. It is. It's great.
I'm really impressed.
Is this more what you were expecting?
Yeah, I love that conservatory. A lovely sized garden. I noticed it backs onto a field.
Yeah, absolutely. And the station, Goring by Sea, is just on the other side of that field. It's an 8-minute walk.
Wow.
Wow.
So Goring is on the main line up into Victoria along the coast.
Yep.
It's an hour and a half, though.
Right,
so it's a bit longer than you hoped, but you would definitely get a seat.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's good.
So this is a bit more what you were looking for?
I think so. Yeah.
I think
this
so.
looks a little bit bigger.
It's definitely bigger.
So
Let's get inside, because there's one feature in the kitchen that I can't wait to show you.
Oh, excellent.
This substantial house, spread over 2 floors, offers ample living space for a growing family. With no less than 6 reception rooms and a vast L-shaped kitchen, this property is certainly well appointed.
Come on in, country style, straight into the kitchen. Lots of beams, lots of wood in this one.
Yes.
But look at this.
Wow.
Wow, a ready-made playroom where I can see Amelia.
Exactly. You said you wanted to be able to see your daughter play as you cooked.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's a beautiful country kitchen.
Yeah.
It's been very well done.
I really like the fact that you can feel the history of this building as soon as you walk in. It's really nice. And I mean, even the beams across the sink, it's fantastic.
Is it your sort of style? Is that what you were kind of hoping for?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we're quite open-minded with different styles, but this is lovely. Looking forward to seeing the rest.
The house really is a fusion of traditional meeting new. Also on this floor is the original entrance porch, a cosy living room with a beehive fireplace and bread oven, a utility room, and a spacious, light-filled dining room with double doors onto the garden. Plus, there's also a large extension, which is where we're heading now.
It's big.
Wow.
Wow. That is a really nice space.
A great entertaining space, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the wood. It's really blended in. It doesn't look like it's a natural extension. It looks like it's part of the house.
Yeah.
Does it feel like the sort of place you could call home?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
I think it all comes down to location.
Right, yes.
It would be a compromise for the commute, the extra time for Chris on the train, but, you know, I think we've got a lot of thinking to do, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, we've only seen the first few rooms so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got all this downstairs space, and then you've got 4 bedrooms upstairs. Right. So it's a more conventional bedrooms upstairs. You've got a study down here and a downstairs loo. But let's go and look at the master.
The beautiful theme of exposed wood continues with the staircase, which takes us up to the first floor.
A much more conventional upstairs master, but loads of storage. Nice ensuite through there. Lots of light.
This is lovely. Really to my taste, actually. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, this is much better.
Lots of natural light, and even though it's up in the ceiling, it could get quite warm. You can sort of open up these lovely skylight windows.
Yeah.
And then along the corridor, you've got another 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
2 good-sized ones, one a little bit smaller. They're served by a family bathroom. And in terms of the feel of the layout of the house, is this more what you were looking for than the last one?
A lot more conventional, I think.
I'm getting some good vibes from Chris and Ruth about the inside of this house, but I'm not entirely sure about that 90-minute commute to London. I'm hoping the generous outside space is going to help seal the deal. Standing on 1/3 of an acre of land, this very child-friendly space features a level lawn with a large patio sweeping across the back of the property. There's also a selection of outbuildings. And separate from the house is a flint and brick built garage with enough space for 2 cars as well as additional storage. All in all, the grounds could be ideal for a soon-to-be expanding family if the price is right.
OK, so what do you think all this costs?
I'm going to go for £840,000.
OK. I'm going to say 860.
All right, well, you're in the right ballpark. It's a little bit more expensive. It's actually on the market at 875.
OK. Yes.
You don't win the house by getting closest, but, you know.
I know.
Now, this is a very big property, so do take your time to explore, particularly the beautiful kind of entrance porch hallway, the oldest part of the house. And I'll be selling myself in the garden, so come and collect me on your way out.
Thank you.
At £875,000, this characterful and tastefully extended house offers a lot for its money. A great L-shaped kitchen diner would allow the parents to keep a watchful eye on their children. There are 4 good-sized double bedrooms, and that fabulous garden offers all the space they need. Although further from London, a mainline station is close by.
When I first saw the property, it looked a lot smaller than I expected from the front, and obviously as we came around the back, there was a wow factor to it. The garden really expanded, and it really felt it was a family home.
Chris has fallen for this house, but I'm not so sure I'm willing to come this far south. I'm sure we'll be having long discussions later about what we're willing to compromise on.
In terms of the location, she was hoping for somewhere closer to her sisters. I think for me, I think I could get used to the commute. It's not that much longer. I really like being closer to the sea. I could see us doing a lot of water sports being down here. I'm quite pleased with it, but I think I'll probably need to start selling things to Ruth if she's going to be convinced.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you all done?
Yes.
It is a big house, isn't there? There's lots to look at.
It is.
But you must have lots to think about, so let's retire and think about it until tomorrow.
OK, perfect.
Chris, Ruth and daughter Amelia from Surbiton in South London are relocating to West Sussex with a budget of £950,000. They're hunting for a character property that will offer them more space as their young family grows. We've shown them 2 very different houses, but so far we've hit sticking points with the layout and the commute time. As our search enters the second day, it's time for our final property with grand, open-plan living that's really something to behold.
It is a stunning space. It's to my style, definitely.
And I'll be visiting an Edwardian cinema gem and reliving some golden moments from the movies.
Bravo! Day 2 here in West Sussex, and last night I was talking to Ruth. She was being very diplomatic about that second house. She said, oh, it might be a bit far for Chris's commute. But actually, it turns out it's very close to where her parents live. She spoke to them on the phone, and they both agreed that that sort of proximity might not work. Anyway, the mystery house. Now, this is a great big fat curveball, but we're going to throw it at them. And one thing I'm hoping, it's going to make them dance.
Chris and Ruth might be in for a bit of a surprise with our mystery house. It's located on a private estate in the village of Colgate, just 4 miles from Horsham. Nestling within the St Leonard's Forest, this tiny village is part of the high-wheeled area of outstanding natural beauty. The approach to Colgate is flanked by an early English-style Victorian church, and at the heart of the community is the local pub and village hall. This idyllic West Sussex location is bordered by Roffey Park, the very exclusive address of our final property.
The mystery house. I don't know why I'm looking at this bit, because this is not actually the bit we're interested in, it's this bit. But this is Roffey Park, built in 1890s. What we're looking at actually is the ballroom.
Wow.
So a bit of a curveball, not what you were expecting?
No, not at all.
No, very different.
Very close to your sisters,
Yeah.
10 minutes away from Horsham.
Yeah.
So much further north. It's an unusual property, and actually from the outside, you can't really imagine what's inside.
No,
exactly.
no, you really can't.
I'm very curious to see what's inside. Yeah,
Good, can't wait to see it.
This large brick and stone built side wing to the main house was built in 1921 as a 21st birthday present for the daughter of the estate's owner. This former ballroom was converted to a self-contained house in 1995 with the addition of a first and second floor, which are tricky to detect from the outside.
Come straight on in to the big event.
Oh, good.
It was a ballroom. It's a big old space.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
I certainly didn't expect this from the outside.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
It is.
There's so much to take in.
Take it in.
Yeah.
We've got the fireplace, you know, big bay window. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine yourself in this sort of space?
No,
Chris can.
I think it's definitely a big adjustment.
From where we're coming from.
I think I'm quite keen to see the rest of it, just to see how it flows through to the bedrooms.
My attention is immediately drawn to the spiral staircase, and that, I'm afraid for me, concerns me with small children. But that aside, it's to my style, definitely.
Well, it seems our 1920s ballroom is evoking a mixture of emotions so far. The downstairs of this property offers our buyers a massive 1,400 square feet of living space, with the lion's share of this being open plan. And to retain the full opulence, the developers pushed the additional rooms out to the 4 corners. Nestled under the mezzanine is the dining area, and a snug, which could be perfect as a playroom for daughter Amelia. Then off the wood-panelled entrance hall is an elegant cloakroom, and lastly, a rather compact kitchen.
Now, I can imagine you might find this kitchen a little small for a family.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not that small.
It's a really nice kitchen. They've done it very well.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know
not-
about moving it. I could see the big room having the kitchen in the far side, and overlooking the garden.
But I think for this kind of place, the kitchen belongs here. So I'd be reluctant to move it.
Well, I get the impression you would be reluctant to buy it anyway.
I think so.
So it's sort of academic.
Yeah.
Let's look upstairs there, because there's some nice spaces up there.
Excellent.
Lead the way.
Okay, thank you.
There are still some divided opinions here, and it appears that there's a little part of Chris that is really taking a shine to our mystery property. But can I win Ruth around with the remainder of the conversion? The mezzanine level houses a family bathroom, an office area, as well as the master bedroom. Making the most of that grand main window, this room is flooded with light and has commanding views over the grounds. It also benefits from an ensuite bathroom. But this mystery house just keeps on giving, rising yet another story to offer a further 2 bedrooms and plenty of storage. Off the landing is a single bedroom and then potentially another master.
It's amazing, this house, because you really don't think from the outside that it would have 3 stories.
No.
So this room upstairs is probably the biggest. Lots and lots of storage space, walk-in wardrobes. Here you've got an ensuite.
I've got a voice in my head from a friend saying, "You've got to take it." It's just got a James Bond feel. It's very wow.
You come back to my ballroom and let's dance.
Yeah.
I'm getting the evil eyes from Ruth.
It's all a lovely thought, but I've got my practical head on and I'm thinking, no, it's not going to work for us. Not with little children.
Well, you know, it's the mystery house. We always like to throw a curveball. But let's go outside and talk about the price, because you might be interested in that.
Definitely.
I think Chris is clearly taken with the movie lifestyle feel that comes with this property, but Ruth's practical head is definitely overruling her heart. I'm sure the ample grounds that come with the house won't fail to impress them both. With almost stately home grandeur, wide cascading stone steps lead down to a vast sweeping lawn. Mature trees and hedgerows break up the glorious vista. There's no denying these shared grounds would offer Amelia an extraordinary adventure playground. What do you think of these grounds?
They're beautiful.
19 acres.
Yeah, that's impressive. Plenty of places to play hide and seek.
Yeah, gosh, you'd be looking for Amelia for weeks in here. So this is a freehold Grade 2 listed property, part of a very exclusive estate. What do you think the price of the mystery property is?
I'm going to go in at 925.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be above that. I'm going to do 950, our top end.
So this is on the market for £825,000.
Wow.
That's a lot less than we expected. Wow.
So, yes, obviously all that, swagging and mirrors and ballroom kind of bedazzles people.
Yes.
It'd be a nice dream, but I don't think it's going to quite work.
Fair enough.
I can see one of my friends wanted to buy it though.
OK, well, pass on the details. Why don't you go in and explore, because there was quite a few little rooms and there's lots of nooks and crannies, or just relax in that lovely space. And I'll come and collect you when we're ready to go.
Thank
We can
you.
go and have a dance.
Oh, do! Have a little waltz.
See you later.
Thank you.
Oh, it is a sort of fantasy prince and princess venue. And I imagine little Amelia would love it, dancing around. But maybe Ruth is right, it's not entirely practical, but what a lovely mystery house. Rather surprisingly, this Grade 2 listed mystery house comes in £125,000 under budget. Ruth has reservations, but it does offer very grand living with its vast ballroom reception space, 3 bedrooms, extensive mature grounds, and great links to London from nearby Horsham Station. With Chris and Ruth not seeing eye to eye on the mystery house, perhaps another look around will leave them dancing to the same tune.
I'd love to hold a party in here.
Yeah, we could come up here and say, welcome one, welcome all, cheers. Very nice.
Perhaps not a children's party.
No, perhaps not. I think secretly, I really do like this house. I think it's got a lot of mystery to it, and I could see, perhaps at a different time in life, I could see us perhaps being here. But I'm sure you don't agree.
I don't think there's any chance we'll be buying this place. I can't imagine us as a family living here. It's just not practical for us.
We've seen 3 very different properties, and I think there's bits of each property that have probably hit the right areas.
Just need to combine them.
It is very grand. That's one thing you can say about this property, and no question. Hello, did you have a dance?
Oh yeah, we had a boogie.
Oh, how sweet. Right, let's find somewhere where we can gather our thoughts and think about everything we've seen this week.
Sounds good.
Our mystery house is just one of the many architectural splendours that are scattered across this county. In the elegant Georgian town of Worthing, as well as the Grade 1 listed Pier, there's this, the Dome, home to one of the oldest working cinemas in the country. I've come to meet the general manager, Ross McLaughlin, to find out a little more about this extraordinary place.
Morning, Ross.
Hi.
Thanks for taking the time. What an amazing building. It's like a real jewel. Right on the seafront as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely place.
What's the history of it?
It was opened in 1911 by a Swiss man named Carl Seion, who was one of 13 children and had grown up in a sort of musical background.
When Seion opened the Dome over a century ago, it must have appeared years ahead of its time. The first multi-purpose leisure complex, offering extensive gardens, a roller skating rink, and the Electric Theatre, which showed short, silent cartoons.
So was there lots of films being made in 1911?
There would have been a lot of short films from abroad, things like Niagara Falls on film, that they'd never have seen otherwise. There would have been the occasional fictional feature, but it would have largely been foreign wonders of the world.
And did you have the kind of the man on the organ like them?
Yeah, well, they when it opened, it was actually often Carl Seion who would perform on the piano to accompany the films.
So he was the multitasker?
Yes, quite.
Brilliant.
In 1921, with a burgeoning movie business, Seion swapped skaters for film enthusiasts, and the Dome became a firm fixture on the cinema scene. Today, much of its Edwardian splendour has survived thanks to a £2.5 million grant. And although this cinema had to upgrade to meet modern digital technology, up here in the projection room, there is still one relic from the golden age of film. I'm here to meet projectionist William Phillips to find out a little bit more.
Wow, this is a great beast.
Yeah, it's about 70 years old, this projector.
70?
Yes.
Wow. So this is where the light comes from, is it?
Yeah, all the light's generated by burning 2 rods of carbon together. And when it's time to project, you open up and the light goes through the projector and through the film.
So it's literally on fire in here?
It does get very smoky.
Huh. And now we've gone on to this more
We've gone on to the
beast.
digital projector, so this is now the way the film survives.
So that's not so exciting for you, for this projectionist. It is proper cinema history.
It is.
Have you got anything I can watch?
Yeah, certainly. You can watch this roll of film.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to get myself popcorn. Really nice to meet you, Will.
And you.
Thank you.
It's so lovely this building is still working as a cinema, having screened movies from the silent era right through to today's Hollywood blockbusters. All that remains is to grab a snack, for William to fire up the projector, and for me to sit back and enjoy some real classic movie moments.
God, I look so young. Oh. A terrible horseman. Oh. Bravo.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Well, the ballroom didn't have quite the fairy tale ending I was hoping for, but hopefully in these gracious surroundings I'll be able to get to the bottom of what really stuck this week. Okay, I got the impression, well, I didn't get the impression, you told me quite bluntly that the Mystery House wasn't a goer, but did any of our other properties strike a chord?
Number 2 was a great family home, but the location was just a little bit too near my parents, and they won't mind me for saying that. But yes, I think location and that family feel to a home is important to us.
Chris, you mentioned that things had become clear in terms of your wish list. Can you enumerate what those things might be?
One thing's been important is the idea of the entertainment kind of space and the flowing between the rooms in the house. I think the first one was more of a holiday let. It just felt like there's somewhere you go with your friends for a weekend and it's meant to be an empty place, whereas the second one really had that kind of home feel to it. I think if we could pick that up and move it, I think that would definitely be the one.
Oh, if I could invent that machine that could pick houses up and move them, I'd be a very wealthy man.
Yes.
Are you actually sure that you want to live in the countryside?
We do, but the location of the house, I think, could be on the edge of a town, and we have all our amenities to the left and then the countryside to the right. I don't know.
Well, sometimes that happens. Things become clear. You know, we want one thing and then actually as we're searching we realise we're not so keen on it. But are we still thinking that West Sussex is the county for you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that much we can congratulate ourselves on. Well, it's been lovely spending the week here in West Sussex, and I really hope it all goes well and that you find somewhere soon.
We've really enjoyed the experience.
Good.
Thank you.
And good luck with number 2.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It seems that Chris and Ruth and their expanding family could have been on a show called Escape to the Market Town rather than the countryside. But that's fine, because sometimes that's our job, to focus the house buyer's mind on what they really want rather than what they want on paper, which is often a quite different thing. But our work here in West Sussex is done for the time being, but make sure you tune in next time for more Escape to the Country.
Chris and Ruth have decided that being close to a mainline railway station for an easy commute to London is paramount. They're currently looking to move to the market town of Horsham. If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/beonashow.